Welcome to Things You Didn't Know You Didn't Know, a series of short films for people learning guitar and bass guitar. This episode is about practicing and how to approach it properly, if there's no one you know who already knows an instrument and can guide you through it. But hopefully this is helpful to everyone. First thing to take on board is that there's no hurry. Guitar playing is pretty difficult, and if you could already play something, there would never be any need to do any practice. If you set your sights on being able to play this now, today, you might get demoralised and give up, simply because you set yourself the wrong target. The amount of time you commit to really needs to suit you. If you've got a busy job, for example, you simply can't do 3 hours a day. So work out what's realistic for you and try to stick to that. Review it after a week and adjust it if you need to. You need to be determined and committed, yes, but you also need to be patient. Bear in mind there's no finishing point with this instrument, there's no end point. Decades from now there will still be pieces you're going to have to work really hard to master, so enjoy the process. You will be a better guitarist tomorrow than you are today, and that's every day. It's permanently ongoing. They say practice makes perfect, but I find that a bit of a cliche, and I avoid cliches like the plague. Who writes this shit? I prefer to say that practice works. In a world of cars breaking down, trains running late, and British weather, practice is one of the few things you can really rely on. It works. In fact, replace the word practice with repetition. Just like anything else, tying shoelaces, juggling, learning to walk, the more you do it, the better you get. No mystery. Don't aim to do the easiest thing. Aim to do the smartest. You're not just learning skills, you're learning the thousands of songs that those skills are in. Those skills are fully transferable. Make sure you have the time to concentrate on it and not be distracted by other things. Likewise, practice in an appropriate place where you're not going to be disturbed. Practice properly each time. Don't let your technique fall apart through impatience, irritation, or especially fatigue. It is possible to do too much at the beginning. Less may well be more. As a rough guide, the tips of your fingers can get sore, but if your muscles get weary, then your technique can start to fail. Keep an eye on this, stop, and start again later. Never play through pain in your joints. As a beginner, practice for 15 really focused minutes at a time. 2 or 3 times a day if that's what you want, but make sure you've got nothing else on your mind when you do so. Build up your playing time as you go, which also builds up your playing stamina and your ability to concentrate on the instrument. It's sometimes difficult to find time to practice, and all the guitar does is sit in the corner making you feel guilty for not playing it. Feeling guilty is no use to you at all. You're doing this for you after all, and it's up to you how you approach it. On the other hand, if you keep forgetting to practice, sell the guitar. This is not for you. Better still, give it to me. If it's difficult to find time to practice, attach it to something that you already do regularly. For example, if you have dinner at 7 every night, consider that you now have dinner at 6:45 and the first 15 minutes of it is practice. Maybe put your guitar on your bed when you first get up in the morning, forcing you to pick it up before you can get back in later. 5 minutes of doodling around before sleep on the guitar is better than nothing. Likewise, if you're not near your guitar, let your natural intelligence do some work. Think about playing, how those strings might feel, how your muscles might react. Give your hand a brief of thinking about playing. As human beings, targets sometimes help. In the absence of a guitar teacher, why not play to a friend, say every fortnight? This kind of deadline allows you to really focus and forces you to be very critical of the work you're doing. Finally, despite everything I've said, there can be a value in just sitting with the guitar, whilst watching TV or talking on the phone, not actually playing. Being familiar with the dimensions and the balance of the guitar is a big part of learning how to play with it. Being able to sit with it and have it rest quite comfortably within you. And it can be time well spent to just sit and take time with the instrument.